Welcome to Coach and Company, presented by Code 3. Now,
oh, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. Oh, it feels good. Feels good here on a Monday to be back on Stadium, back where we belong. Amazon Prime, DirecTV, YouTube channel, and also social media. I am the coach. I navigate this ship. I do want to say a big time thank you to all 5 of our crew members who got to host last week. They did an incredible job, and I think we have a nice bench as we lead into the end of 2025 and a very, very busy 2026 here at the brand and outside of the brand. Now, if you are brand new, and I see the numbers, there's a lot of you new every single day. First of all, welcome. This is a community that we have a ton of fun. We try to cash some tickets. We do shows in the morning. We do premium pop-ups in the evening. But on Mondays, it's absolutely our busiest day. So let's take a look at the schedule. In addition to the morning show, around 11:15 a.m. Eastern time, we have a supporting podcast. We dive deeper 20 or 30 minutes. Then at 2 p.m. Eastern time, it's Off the Ropes with your boy, the coach, Sirius XM, channel 156. All of your pro wrestling news. Then if you want bigger topics, 5 p.m. Eastern today, the Coach and Bro Show, the very latest on WWE's attendance issues. Then at 7 p.m. Eastern time, on our YouTube page and social media, you guys know what time it is. It's time for the grind. The Monday night grind. Mikey, Big Tommy, Raphael, and your boy. And who's going to be the next person to get into the Legends Lounge? We'll find out later tonight. Now, if you're not a premium member yet, well, it's literally costing you money. No, literally, we cashed so many tickets last week, 3 different nights. You never know. They're called premium pop-ups, but we do a ton of shows in the evening. Scan that QR code, become a premium member. Then in the chat, you can get a little star next to your name. And our chat queen, Kimberly, she'll handle you. Then we want you repping the merch, repping the brand. Scan the QR, get whatever you want. Send us a picture. We'll throw you right up on the show. As you support us, we'll support you. All right, housekeeping is done. Can you tell I'm a little fired up today? We got college basketball starting. We got the NBA in full force. We got some day soccer. We've got Monday night football. And we have the weekend rewind. So are the guys as excited as I am? I believe they are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to beat the books. And look at my crew today. My goodness, where do I start? How about the man who's known as the Cash Register? He is live from the dirty Big Chuck. Good morning.
Morning, Coachman Company. Nice to be back on Stadium, back in the saddle. Big week ahead. We finally had some dogs come in the NFL. It was nice to see favorites not cashing everywhere, but I'm excited to see what this week beholds.
Somewhere the Packers and the Vikings are saying, hold my beer. And I believe, Chuck, we have Champions League this week, correct?
Champions, Europa Conference, you name it, we got it, Coachman.
Let's go. Next, right next door, there's been some drama in the NBA with the JAM. Woo-hoo-hoo. Live from Memphis, Tennessee. DDG, the host of Weekday Wagers. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Coach. Morning, guys. It is a very drama-filled Memphis team for the Grizzlies, and so I have a lot that I'm going to get into today in my weekend rewind revolving around the Mr. Morant.
Hey, just go ask the coaching staff. Now, next, he's our numbers guy for a reason. Say good morning to Raphael Esparza. Good morning, Raphael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. I am pumped because college basketball tipped off. Well, it already tipped off. Winthrop is playing right now if you want to catch that on ESPN+. But my favorite sport to watch is college basketball. I am pumped.
Are they doing 24 hours again? The 24 hours of basketball?
Yep.
Oh, they are? I remember when I was there, nobody wanted those AM games. It's like you're hiding. Don't make me do the raps. And then I got appointed the AM games. Now, next, and I'm a little surprised, honestly, that this man has made it to the show this morning. I'm a little surprised that I didn't get a call. Yes, saying you're down as an emergency contact in the emergency room due to a heart attack. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who's repping the Chicago Bears, one of the all-time comebacks ever, one of the all-time games ever. Mikey P, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, I guess I could say Caleb Williams can hold a lead better than the New York Giants and Jackson Dart. So I guess I got that going for me because that's something to brag on. The Bengals stink. The Bears might stink just as much. But great game. I'm happy we pulled out the win.
Why did you go negative? Why'd you go negative? Like
Because I gotta be real, coach. I gotta be
who cares
real.
if they stink? The game was amazing. That's what we love. You don't have to go negative. All right, let's get into it. We got to have best bets, and you guys know. And just for full transparency at home, we understand with all of these sports that are going on, we've got to lean into what we're hot in. So we're keeping track. I know you guys are too. And who knows where we're going to go. But I have one very simple. Whoa. Was that you putting your finger up, or are you just.
No, I'm ready. I want smoke.
All right. The man wants all the smoke. Sorry, DG. Sorry, big dog. Mikey P, start us off. Let's go.
Give me Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies coming off suspension. You could ask the coaching staff. You could ask the teammates. You can ask the opponent. Ja Morant knows how to get buckets. So I think he's got something to prove today. Give me Ja Morant 24 points or more. He's averaging just under 21 on the season. And then Monday Night Football, give me the Dallas Cowboys -1.5 in the first half. The Cowboys are averaging over 17 points a game in the first half of games this year, and they're taking on a lowly Arizona Cardinals team.
Boy, I felt like that was a little bit of gimmick infringement. Just a little bit. So for a reaction and his best bets, DG, I'll give it up to you.
Yeah, John might score, but he's also going to whine a lot more. Let's go to the kickers because the kickers keep cashing for us again. We're going to go in this game. We're going to combine both kickers. We're going to go over the yards of 127.5 yards at -115. So I'm looking at this game. It's an indoor game, which we don't have to worry about the weather. Both kickers combined, they're expected to make 4.3 field goals made because I'm a smart guy. But Ryland, for the Cardinals, he's had 2 or more field goals in 6 of 7. Aubrey, 2 more field goals in 5 of 8. Both guys are super long, and so we're going to go over on the total combined yards over at 127.5. And then, staying in the NBA here, we're going to go Duncan Robinson for the Miami Heat, going against the Grizzlies. Over 2.5 3-pointers made at +114. The Grizzlies suck at guarding the 3-point line. They allow the 6th most 3-pointers made to the shooting guard. Duncan Robinson, the shooting guard. They're not going to guard him because they're worried about Cade Cunningham. He'll make these very easily.
Oh, man, I missed the – they suck from DG. I do want to rewind. We're going to start a new rewinding feature here, and you guys missed it. I wasn't on camera because I was impersonating Zeno when DG gave out the field goal. So I'd like to rewind that reaction just for a second. DG, could you just go into your field goal one more time?
The field goals, coach, yeah, we're combining for the – yes, that's Zeno. Anytime I give anything field goals, Zeno loses his mind.
Oh, God. Oh, my God, DG. I had so much planned for Zeno today. Then he called in sick. Wait till you guys see the picture that he sent in from Halloween. I can't do it without him on the show. But I'm telling you right now, my cousin Vinny has nothing on our guy Zeno. And by the way, DG, keep those field goal picks coming. I love them. All right. I think I just tweaked my neck, though, to be honest right there. All right. Raphael, big dog, coming over to you. What do we got?
You also need to follow Zeno because he hates kickers on X as well. So I would definitely follow him. But I'm going with the Cowboys team total over 27.5. This will go to 29.5 because the total is going to go to 54 or 54.5. Cowboys are at home. They're averaging 41.3 points per game at home. They hit the 40 mark twice already this year at home. So I'm going to take the Cowboys team total over 27.5 before the books move it to 29.5. And then I'm going to take the Seattle Kraken -105 on the 3-way or the 60-minute line. The reason why I'm taking this game, because there's everything going on. College basketball, Monday Night Football, NBA. This number is pretty off because I don't think, A, the bettors are betting it, and B, if they are, the lines makers haven't moved a number. This one should probably be -115, maybe even -120. I just think it's a good spot for Seattle at home. They dominate the Blackhawks, winning 7 out of their last 10. It's just a bad number.
There's been a lot of really good stories so far in the NHL, and we definitely want to make sure that we're staying on top of them. So, Raphael, thank you for that play. Now, speaking of the NHL, we have another one with our 2 favorite words in all of sports betting. Big Chuck, which are?
day soccer.
Damn right.
Not
Let's
day
go.
baseball.
Yeah, we traveled to Denmark. We have Midtjylland and Urus. Midtjylland, they come in, they've scored 16 goals in their past 4 matches. Urus, they've hit the back of the net in their past. They've scored 10 goals in their past 5 fixtures. I'm expecting more of the same today. Go ahead and give me the over 3. And speaking of the NHL, Edmonton, St. Louis, we just have 2 more high scoring teams. Edmonton, they come in, cash in that over in 4 of their past 6 games. St. Louis in 5 of 6. Plus, we get an even number in this one. I'll gladly back over 6 between these 2 offensive minded clubs.
All right. Thank you very much, Big Chuck. I'm going to go last. I got 2 plays from the NBA. I'm going to start with the Timberwolves minus 8.5. Normally, early in the season, you wouldn't do that with a road team. But the Nets, DG, what?
They suck.
Oh, do they suck bad. They lost 24 yesterday in the afternoon to the Sixers. You look at all 5 of their games in October, loss. Only 1 game has been by less than this number. They're terrible. I'm playing back-to-back. They're not in shape. I love that play. Then the Blazers, a little juicy, but the number was 3. I don't like that number. The Blazers just beat the Lakers 3 games ago. The Lakers played last night in a very spirited game against the Miami Heat and scored 130 points. So they got to go on the road to Portland tonight. I love the Blazers on the money line just to get the job done. Now, every single day at this time of the day, we like to look at maybe 3 dogs that you might not be looking at. We like to, as a show, come up with a collective so we can root for one. Here are the options. Lakers, they're getting 3, by the way, but that's the money line number. Cardinals, money line number. Grizzlies and the Pistons, money line number. So, DG, I'm going to start with you. Which dog, if you had to, would you take?
The Grizzle Dizzles, coach. Yes, I agree that John Morant is a complete idiot, but he is coming back from suspension as any adult or competitor. He's got to show up. I think the Grizzlies have a chance to beat the Pistons tonight.
Okay. Big Chuck, where would you go here?
I'll have to agree with the old Grizzle Dizzles. I can't see the other 2, so yeah, let me go ahead and back those with Mr. Morant coming back.
God, I love how you talk. Raphael, where are you headed?
Make it 3 for 3. Memphis. This one opened up at 3, and I already moved to 4.5. I'll take Memphis with the points on this one. I think they can win outright.
Wow. Okay. I got 2 things for you, Mikey. First, where would you go here?
I'm going with the Lakers. When I look at who the Blazers have on the court, they don't have Luka Doncic. And I understand the Lakers played last night. The Lakers also have Austin Reeves. So I'm riding with Luka unless he's not on the court.
He won't
Okay. The other thing is here, I don't like, was that Ja 24 or more tonight?
Yeah.
And do you know how many minutes he's averaging a game this year?
I do not.
All right, so we're going to start something, and we'll come up with a name for it. But it'll be like when I disagree, I want to hand out some merch if I'm wrong. I think you're wrong. And so tonight, if Ja does not get to 24, you lose, I win, we get to give out a piece of merch. If you win, then they just get the money they had with the pick. Is that clear to everybody?
Yep.
Yes, DG.
I think this is a great spot for the Coaches Challenge. Just saying.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Producer man, get on the production. Coaches Challenge. It is something where we drop a flag or something and throw it. I love it. Done. That went very, very quickly. Look at Mikey's little poo-poo face over there already. He doesn't like my pick. He doesn't like my pick. All right, great start to the show, boys. I love the energy. I love the vibe. Now, coming up, we get into our weekend rewind. Also, a ton of stories from the NFL coming up in about 25 minutes. It's the Monday football breakdown. The Cardinals on the road tonight in Big D to take on the Cowboys. And then something new starting today, the NBA Showcase. That's still to come. It's Coach and Company on a Monday. It's a vibe. Stadium, Valley Sports Live.
We'll be right back.
Degenerates that continue to watch on our YouTube page, we love you so much. The MVP odds continue to move around based off of performance. Raphael, let's start with you. Where are we at now after the Bills beat the Chiefs yesterday? Neither quarterback played great, but it was a fun game all the way to the end.
Yeah, that's why I'm shocked Josh Allen went up to plus 180 now as the MVP favorite. I'm guessing that's probably all the summer money that came in, but don't forget, all that summer money had to be cashed in already with Joe Burrow out. Now Jaden Daniels out. So now the books have a nice cushion to spread that money out with two big names coming off the board. So I understand plus 180 for Josh Allen, but he didn't play like an MVP yesterday.
Real quick, what's the number on Sam Darnold?
20-1, and I sprinkled some at halftime yesterday myself.
Wow, he's playing great. Seahawks look great. DJ, your thoughts on the new MVP numbers?
I like Josh Allen. Obviously, he has the name behind him. But if one guy I'm looking at is Matt Stafford, he has the most touchdowns thrown, but also he's second to most in the yards per game passing. And so I think if they keep winning there, I believe Stafford could get a really good look, and he's at plus 600 right now.
I don't mind that at all. Mikey P, your thoughts here?
I like Drake May. If Drake May can beat Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills once again this season, I think he catapults everybody, and they've won 7 straight in New England. So right now I'm riding with Drake May.
Right now, Drake May is dead to me. We said on our Friday show that, love that 5.5. You're up 21-7, and you can't beat the Falcons by 5.5? What are we doing? What are we doing, Drake May? I'll probably still play the Pats next week. Sorry,
That's degenerate.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, it is what it is. All right, boys. By the way, if you guys want to participate in the Coaches Challenge, I was just thinking about how we can put people up there on the wheel of doom or something like that. You've got to tune in tomorrow. We're not going to do it the day of the challenge. We're going to do it the next day, and then tomorrow, if I win, you got to write Jaw into the chat. But it's always the day after, never the day of, because we want you coming back, and we're back in 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Coach and Company, presented by Code 3, now streaming.
There's a ton of day soccer and all kinds of sports out there right now. My man Chuck, one of the smartest in the business, is in the chat. Any questions for him, he'll answer them for you in real time. In the meantime, every single Monday, we like to look back on the weekend in sports, and this may have been one of the best of all time. The thing I love about sports is you never know what's going to happen. And whether it was baseball, football, soccer, there were so many unbelievable things that happened. So we like to package it all up in a little something we like to call the Weekend Rewind. Oh, love that music. And all of a sudden, we've got a theme in the show, and that is John Morant, Best Bets, Coach's Challenge, and now part of the Weekend Rewind. DG, let me start with you. Where are you headed today?
On Friday night, Ja Morant quit on his team once again. And what happened is he got his feelings hurt by maybe not playing in the right spots in the game and maybe not playing the minutes he really thought he deserved. But what I look at is the coach finally called him to the carpet and said, hey, in front of the entire team, that isn't the attitude you need. That isn't the type of player or the leader that you have become. And so because of that, now we see another incident in Ja Morant, who is the face of the franchise with the Grizzlies, and he is the best player on the team. But unfortunately, he can't mature to be a true professional. So I wonder what's going to happen from him going forward. Is he going to stand up and be a mature professional and say, hey, you know what? I own that one. That one's on me. And honestly, just shut up in the press. But we'll see. Does he become a man or does he stay a mouse moving forward?
The thing that sucks in the NBA is it's guaranteed salaries. He's making $39.7 million. His suspensions have cost him almost $10 million. And DG, he doesn't seem to care. He does not seem to care. But I tell you what he is going to do. He's going to reward one of you out there with a piece of merchandise as he drops the bag again tonight. With that being said, let me come over to Mikey P. Because Mikey P, you have hit, 7 of 8 upset specials from our college football Saturday. Is it 7 of 8 or 6 of 7?
It's 7 of 8.
Nobody got that.
No.
Nobody got that.
No.
Nobody got that. Come on.
I hear it so much.
All right, Mikey, where are you headed today?
College football is the gift that keeps on giving. And with 24 hours to go before the first college football playoff rankings are released, you know what else is released? More head coaches at big programs. Hugh Freeze fired from Auburn over the weekend. That leaves Auburn, LSU, Florida, Penn State, Arkansas, and Oklahoma State. Yes, those Oklahoma State Cowboys, all looking for new head coaches. The college football carousel is going to be wild. I think it's going to pick up a lot of steam towards the end of December and January. But I want to see what other coaches lose their job before we hit Thanksgiving. College football has been insane this year, and the rankings come out tomorrow for the college football playoff. I can't wait.
We call it dead money, and I think it's north of $160 million now that's being paid out to these coaches that have been fired. Not a bad job to have if you can get it. All right, I'm going to go next. By the way, Mikey Walsey, premium member, he said you're 8 for 8. He counts the one push as a win because by the time it went off, the number changed and you actually won. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that because why wouldn't I? Obviously, I'd stay perfect. That's what I am.
Do not make me go there. Do not make me go there. All right, I'm going to go next. And you guys know me. My entire life has been about sports. And the reason I love sports is that in any really good situation, you've got elation, you've got heartbreak, you've got great performances. And in the World Series, we saw all of that. Tim Kirkchin, who I worked with at ESPN, who I adore, has been to 44 World Series, 44 in his career. He called it the greatest World Series he has ever seen. Game 3, the greatest game he has ever seen. 18 innings of runners all over the place, and none of them could score the winning run until they played 2 full games. But that lacked in comparison to what we saw in Game 6 and Game 7 in Toronto. You've got the game-tying, game-winning run on second and third in the bottom of the ninth, and you can't score either one. Then you get to Game 7. You've got the Game 6 starter coming in and closing one of the most heroic pitching performances of all time. You've got a dude down one with one out in the ninth who's hit 57 home runs in his entire career in 12 years. And he hits a home run in the top of the ninth, and then they win it with a home run later in the game. What I watched this weekend will never be surpassed in my lifetime. So a tip of the cap to both the Dodgers, both the Blue Jays for giving us the greatest 7 games we ever could have imagined. Now, where am I going to go next? Well, there's only one guy left. Raphael, what are you talking about today, sir?
NFL Week 9. I think everyone can probably agree the Bills and Chiefs game was the best game to watch yesterday, but not me. I'm going with the 47-42. Yes, 89-point score between the Bears and Bengals game. Yes, the Bears beat a lousy Bengals defense. We can all agree on that. But that for a young Bears team, that's another road win. Not 1, not 2, but 3 road wins for this young Bears team with a new head coach, a quarterback that's finally starting to play like that number 1 pick. You know what that means? The NFC North is wide open. Why do you ask? Because the Lions lost at home. The Packers lost at home. The Packers back-to-back or 2 times they've lost by double digits at home. This division's wide open, and it's because of the Bears. Lions and Packers probably looked at the Bears and said, hey, you know what? Maybe 2 wins for us this year. Not this year. This NFC North wide open.
It's crazy. Without that tie, 40-40, you'd have a 3-way tie, Mikey, at the top, and your squad would be one of them. I don't care about the team that they beat. I care about the game that I watched. And when you have an interception with 2:40 to go in the game, down 14, the odds of them winning probably didn't even exist. So you have to go back and watch these highlights. What did you make of what the Bears can take out of the way they won this game?
I would just look at the fact that they've won 3 games that were 1-score games this season. That is something as a lifelong Bears fan. If the game was close, the game was over in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, and it wasn't going to go to the Bears' way. I believe Ben Johnson has this team believing in itself no matter who's on the field. Caleb's rising to the occasion, and Coach, to your point, both teams had odds higher than 75% win probability in the final 2 minutes, given how that game was ending.
3 touchdowns in the last minute 45. 3. Absolutely, and a recovered onside kick, which never happens with the way they do it in the NFL. But staying in that division, DG, there was a lot of injuries over the weekend, and Tucker Kraft, who I believe is the best tight end in football, torn ACL. He's out. The Packers lose to the Panthers. To the Panthers. And the Vikings beat Detroit in Detroit with J.J. McCarthy. What could that have done for them? What was the most impressive win from this division on Sunday in your mind?
I think it was the Vikings because you're playing a team that is, and honestly, within that Lions team, they played really good football as of late. The Packers on the other side, they haven't really played great football, but Carolina is a sneaky good, above average team that they can catch you, especially in a game where you lose Tucker Kraft, and it's very disappointing for a guy who is having an incredible season.
It really is. Raphael, let me come back to you because when you talk about the Panthers and the NFC South, right now they're 1.5 games back of Tampa. So we've got, divisions that are competitive. But to me, the NFC West is being slept on. Last night, we saw a Seattle team and Jaden Daniels getting hurt in the same game that looked like one of the best teams in all of football. Where do you think the Seahawks are right now?
The balanced team. They have a great defense, and if Sam Darnold can continue not making mistakes and throwing interceptions and playing like he did last night, I wouldn't want to play them in a division. I wouldn't want to play them in the playoffs.
And it's amazing, Mikey, that when you talk about teams that played well last year, Washington this year, they're now 3-6. An ugly, gruesome injury to Jaden Daniels, who has been injury prone. But he's got to learn, and it's not his fault, but he takes a lot of hits, and they like to run him a lot. I blame the coaching staff for allowing him to just run so much, call more passing plays, and now he's probably going to be out for the season because even if he can come back, they're going to be so far out of it, it wouldn't make any sense. What do you make of the Commanders from 2024 to now where they are in 2025? You never could have imagined this.
Not when you go into this offseason, add Deebo Samuel, add to the offensive line. Injuries happen across the league. Really quick, Coach, I want to just throw out some irony. Jaden Daniels got hurt on the same side of the field against the same opponent and the same quarter that RG3 once got hurt as the Washington quarterback. So really bad juju there in Washington. Without Jaden Daniels, this team is going to be lost, and I would like to see the coaching staff prepare him and operate better for him and protect him a bit more.
Interesting. I just got a text from Jaden Daniels' mother, and it says, "Stop comparing Mike." I got you, Mom. I got you. Now, DG, as I come over to you, there was another big story that might be sliding under the radar. Because this week we said, Ravens, 2 games back. They're playing the Steelers twice. They're the betting favorite because of Lamar Jackson coming back. All the Steelers go out and do yesterday was beat the team with the best record in all of football. Should we be so fast to crown the Ravens AFC North champions?
No, and I do not like the Steelers either, but my God, the Ravens have not shown anything the entire season. They win one game and everybody's like, hey, let's crown them. I believe there's somebody that said that. And we're not going to do that. We're not going to crown the Ravens and say that, hey, they are really good. We've shown Lamar just kind of hunker down and not be as good as Lamar we've seen in the past. And so, no, I'm not believing in this Ravens team. I think they're frauds, Coach. They're frauds.
With a capital F. Raphael, what should the odds look like right now in the AFC North?
Pick them. I would make both of them probably the same size so you can get betting action on both sides. I'm more impressed in can't believe I'm going to say this, what Aaron Rodgers said yesterday, putting it, hey, the defense has been shut down all time, and they come up and step up, and they won the game for us. Aaron Rodgers said, I didn't win the game. Our defense won that game. So I got to give Aaron Rodgers some plugs to give him some defense, some love.
Is he getting a little maturity in his old age? Is he learning how to be a team player in his old age? Very interesting, Aaron Rodgers. We've got our eye on you. All right, great first half of the show, but we're only halfway there. Coming up on the other side, it's time to look at Monday Night Football. And as I look at my standings, the Cowboys cannot afford any more losses. And tonight, they have a game they absolutely should win. Arizona, 2-5. Cowboys, 3-4. Props, spreads, team totals. We'll do it all. And then in 20 minutes, the NBA showcase. This is Coach and Company. This is where you want to come every single morning to have a great time. Live on Stadium, Valley Sports Live, YouTube, and socials. Come on back.
We'll be right back.
All right. You YouTube degenerates out there that continue to watch on our YouTube page through the breaks. DG, you're my field goal kicker guy. And yesterday it was so weird to see a guy line up on the other side of midfield to make a field goal. Cam Little breaks a record that's been there since before we were born. 68-yard make in the game yesterday. What did you make of that?
He has the leg. He hasn't been very, very accurate this year, 13 of 17. But when he lined up, that dude can just kick it from so deep. And he is one of the guys that a lot of people have talked about in the kicker world, coach, because that's what I'm a part of. They talked about how long he really is. And with these new balls and what they can actually do to these balls, he could kick it from 70, and he showed it last night.
The kicker world, is that kind of like being in the science club in high school? Like this, very similar?
Look, similar, but we're much cooler. Very much cooler.
It feels that way. Mikey, let me come over to you. A 68-yard field goal. There's a good chance that might never be broken in our lifetime because it took this, 50 years? Whatever the number is. How cool was that video yesterday?
It was awesome, but he did 70 in the preseason. I think he can break his own record moving forward. As long as Jacksonville keeps giving him an opportunity, we may see Cam Little just break his own record. Maybe not this year, but maybe in a few years from now.
But here's the crazy thing, Raphael. If they miss that kick, they get it at the 42-yard line, and they're in field goal range for the other team. That's how crazy this is.
But as crazy it is, someone's going to hit 70 in the next couple of years. I can guarantee you we'll see a 70-yard field goal go right through the uprights. It might not be little, but someone will hit it.
The only way we're going to see that is if a team's up by a lot, because a coach will not take that chance on a miss. You're just handing points to the other team if they miss. That's what you're doing. All right, gentlemen, well done. All right, time to talk Monday Night Football. Do not forget Monday Night Grind tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube and on socials. We're back on Stadium in just 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Coach and Company, presented by Code 3, now streaming.
All right, welcome back. Coming up in 15 minutes here on Coach and Company, our very first NBA showcase. Every single day we'll be showcasing the 2 national games, as this year with all the new billion-dollar deals, there is national TV games every single night. Now, we're only halfway home. If you're watching us on Stadium, Bally Sports Live, you can also watch us on YouTube. If you are, come on into the chat. The chat queen, Kimberly, she'll take care of you. You want questions, whatever you nut, we'll take care of you. And if you want to be a premium member, you get a little star next to your name. All right, Raphael, I got to see your face because tonight, Monday Night Football, is a pivotal one. It really, really is. Cardinals are in a division that they're completely out of it. The Cowboys, not so much. They can get back to 500. Any little nuggets, you can feed me right now.
Yeah, I was talking to some odds makers last night, and they believe that this game's going to close at 3.5, pretty much threes all over the board, and the total will close at 54.5, which we've seen a couple 53s still there and some 53.5. So I think there's great value right now on this game if you like Cowboys or the over. I think the over is probably the best bet that I can see. And then George Pickens. People are calling him 1A, not the second best wide receiver in Dallas, 1A. His receiving props opened up at 60.5. One shop has 64.5. 2 shops have 65.5. I still think there's great value. I put my number around 67, 68 for this prop bet. I think George Pickens has another big game because Dak Prescott is going to have another big game.
Wait a second, you cut out. What would you put that number at instead of where it's at right now?
Probably 67, 68.
Ah! Oh!
You got that was a good one. You got me. That was good.
So 15. Oh, JJ's gonna kill me. All right, Raphael, my guy, you'll go into the chat. Any questions for Raphael, he'll answer them for you in real time. But we got to get set. It's time to kick it off. All right, let's start with the game in particular. Big Chuck, I'm going to start with you because right now, even though 70 cents feels like a lot, the Cowboys, to me, are a lock to win this game. 3 doesn't scare me, but 70 makes me feel better. Is that a weird feeling for me to have?
Not really. You get the home team at that key number of 3 plus no Kyler Murray. Jacoby Brissett looks like he's going to be playing in this one. Cowboys traditionally have liked playing the Cardinals too. They 14-4 in their last 18 against this team. I don't think it's a stretch to take the Cowboys. Some would even look at the money line. Hey, you can hope that maybe even the Cardinals take an early lead and you can come around and get the Cowboys live. That's always an option as well. So some opportunities for sure.
The only caveat in doing that is what happens to us as next level soccer cappers. When the other team scores that first goal or the favorite, you're like, I just lost that number. But it's a gamble some will be willing to make. All right, let's go from Chuck to Mikey P. I know that you like the Cowboys to get off to a fast start, but do you like them for the game?
I do. I don't see anything to get worried about with this Arizona Cardinals team. I actually think they do operate better with Jacoby Brissett right now than they have with Kyler Murray, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Dallas's defense is atrocious, but I still don't believe in that Cardinals offense, so I like Dallas all the way through.
They feel like a complete over team every time they go out there, DG, no matter what quarterback they're facing.
Yeah, I look at them and I love the spread there at -3. You don't have to play the hook, but just playing the over in this game might be the easiest and most comfortable thing because it's going to be a track meet. Both defenses just absolutely suck.
Absolute trash. Let's take a look at the quarterback numbers. We get them, of course, over at BetMGM. You got Jacoby Brissett on one side. You've got my guy Dak, the $60 million man, on the other side. And it feels like, Chuck, that playing Dak's overs, unless it's a blowout, are an absolute lock. But the passing number, if they get up by 17 or 21, they are a team that will completely slow it down. Anything pop off the page with either quarterback here?
I'm definitely looking at his passing yards, or maybe, or I take that back, that longest pass, because he likes to go deep to CD Mr. Pickens. I'd look at that longest pass. I definitely think he can get over that 37.5.
Now, one thing we've looked at, Chuck, in the last is if you like it to a specific receiver, especially with the Chiefs, you can usually save 9 or 10 yards by doing longest reception as opposed to longest pass, but it's got to be specific. This, he could go to anybody. So I love that take. DG, let me come up to you. Anything pop off?
Yeah, I love Jacoby Brissett tonight. And one play that I do have is his passing plus his rushing yards. It's at 265.5. I like him to be, whether it's using his legs or his arms, he's going to be all over the place and just kind of keep gobbling up those yardage.
Is there a book that they have that play? Because I don't know that I've ever seen it. All of them do.
Yeah.
Oh,
FanDuel, yep.
FanDuel, you said. Okay, sorry. All right, Mikey P, let me come over to you. Anything you like here?
I would ride with Chuck here and say I would like Dak Prescott's longest pass, but I may follow what we've been doing here and go to a specific wide receiver, more than likely George Pickens. So if I had to go anything, I may look at Dak Prescott anytime touchdown. He can use his legs, and I do not like that Cardinals defense at all.
I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday, but the idiots over at Barstool, who I actually find entertaining at certain times, they played a touchdown parlay for quarterbacks rushing that paid over 6 figures, and all they needed was a Trevor Lawrence touchdown to hit it, and they got it. Is there nothing that's more annoying than watching somebody on video hit a $100,000 play going? At least it is to me. Now, let's flip it over to the running backs tonight. Let that sink in for a second. All of them over $100,000. Zonovan Knight. Raise your hand if you actually know who this dude is. Didn't think so. Javonte Williams, maybe a little bit more. Big Chuck, anything here on the ground?
Probably that. Probably just the rushing yards, or take that back, that longest rush, just kind of like with the Chiefs running back, Pacheco. He can bust one out. 14.5. I don't think that's a stretch for Mr. Javonte Williams to get a longest rush.
The reason I like that too, Chuck, is they play that too deep, because when you got CD and you got George Pickens, you got to have that help. It opens up the middle. So I love that longest rush. DG, what about you?
Yeah, I like Bam Knight to go off. I think the 50.5 is just a low number going against the Cowboys defense, who they just, honestly, they open up the line and say, hey, would you like 10 yards? And so, yes, I think that he goes for at least 51, probably 65.
You're like, please come on through. Mikey, I'll admit that when I look at these two teams, I don't think running backs. What do you think?
I think Javonte Williams has been one of the better underrated signings in the NFL this season. He's been a nice surprise for that Cowboys, so I like him on his rushing yards. I like him with his rushing and receiving yards in this game. As much as we focus on CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, I think Javonte Williams could have a huge game against Arizona.
All right. Now, finally, let's flip it over to the real stars of the game. And the Cowboys have 2. The Cardinals have 1. But you can see where they have put, Chuck, the number for CeeDee Lamb. When you get into the 80s or the 90s, it's almost too high to play. Anything here for you, either guy?
I was definitely looking at the receiving yards because with CD, he can get big chunks at any time. That anytime touchdown minus 105. But if I was going to do anything, if we're going to look at the 83.5, you might as well look at the 100 plus receiving yards at the plus 135. I think that's a great option for CD Lamb.
So ladder it up just a little bit. I like that play. If you think they're going to have big ones, DG, I think what Chuck just said is smart.
I love CD tonight. I think he can get up to 100, and so at a plus number, I do like that. The Cowboys haven't allowed a tight end to go for 68 or more yards this season. This might be a look where they probably hone in on Trey McBride and let Marvin Harrison Jr. go off a little bit more, and so maybe the under on Trey McBride.
Interesting. Mikey, what do you make of that?
That's definitely interesting because Trey McBride is the only guy it feels like the Arizona Cardinals can count on in their passing game. But I look at CeeDee Lamb. I do like his receiving yards. But I really, really like his longest reception in this game. I think when it comes down to yards and receptions, I would play George Pickens. If you're looking for that big play hit, I like CeeDee Lamb, longest reception.
I want everybody watching right now or listening right now to really pay attention to what we're talking about. So the longest pass for Dak was 37.5. CD's 25.5. You can save 12 yards if you think it's going to be CeeDee Lamb. But DG, George Pickens has proven that whether CD is on the field or not on the field, he is a legit threat all the time. And it feels like to me a little bit that Dak is starting to have a lot of confidence in a guy that came over with a lot of behavioral issues. There's been none in Dallas. Interesting how that works.
It's hard to have behavioral issues when, one, CeeDee Lamb does go out and you are the featured receiver, but two, in this offense for the Cowboys, they're throwing it all over the place. So even if you are the number 2 wide receiver, you are going to get the ball a lot. Pickens has been incredible this year. I like his longest reception more than I like Lamb's tonight.
All right. So when we look at it, 4.5, Mikey is his number. And then when you look at receiving yards for him as well, he's 63.5. Do you like either one of those for George Pickens?
I like him over 63. I think he could end at 70, 75, and CeeDee Lamb can still get 100 plus. So give me George Pickens on the receiving yards.
And the longest reception, DG, 23.5 for George Pickens.
Let's go.
You're saving 14 yards.
Yep.
14 yards. Heck, it might even be worth to play both of them at that instead of and split it up maybe just a little bit. Big Chuck, when I look at what is in front of the Cowboys, they have a bye week, then Vegas, then Philly, then Kansas City. How vital is this game tonight just to keep their playoff thoughts alive?
It's a must win because at best they probably could go 2-2 in that stretch. So they have to get this one tonight. Their focus is getting this victory in the Big D, or shall I say Arlington.
And I guess as we looked at one more after that, they have to go to Detroit after home against Kansas City. And then Minnesota, they just beat Detroit, DG. And then the Chargers, who are basically a first-place team. And then they finish with Washington and the Giants. This is going to be the hardest 6-game stretch. It's going to dictate their entire season.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for sure. But as we've seen, like they can stand up and their offense is going to continue to show up. It's all about, can the defense actually show up? And if they can figure out on that side of the ball, their defense be good enough or just kind of average, this team and this Cowboys are going to be really good.
And the last very important question, Mikey, we have tonight. There's several of us that are not in the Legends Lounge. I got 15 seconds for you. How many times have you gotten in? So is once or twice?
Twice.
And you and Raphael have been kicking it twice? Yes.
Yes. If you combine us and producer man, it's like 6 or 7 times.
This is dumb.
It's so dumb.
So dumb.
6 or 7 times? Is that what you just said? All right, still to come. We're starting something new today called the NBA Showcase. When you spend billions upon billions of dollars, guess what the NBA is willing to do? They're willing to give you 2 national games every single night. So we're going to focus on those. We're going to do it next. It's a Monday, a busy Monday, but damn it, hopefully you're having fun. Hopefully you laugh a little bit because we sure as hell are. We'll be back. Coaching Company here on Stadium, Valley Sports Live. All right, you degenerates out there that continue to watch on our YouTube page. I mentioned in my weekend rewind how great the World Series was, but didn't get to hear from my guys. DG, let me start with you because this game got lost a little bit because of college
Mm.
football and the NFL. When you watch this game, how great was it because of all of the stuff, not just the score, how all of it happened?
It was really remarkable to see the comeback there, obviously with the home runs, and then you're talking about such a late game for the Blue Jays. They can easily score there, and they just don't. It was honestly a full series of 7 games that were amazing that you couldn't take your eyes off of, and to cap it off, Clayton Kershaw at the very end, hugging all of his kids and his wife and everybody, just knowing he's walking off as a champion. It was awesome.
Yeah, and reading a letter from his wife about all the years she had to raise the
Mm.
kids, and I'm like, boy, I'm already a failed husband. I've been divorced for 12 years. I will never get married again. You're watching him going, I guess I could have had that, but don't miss it. Mikey, your thoughts on the World Series?
When that ball got wedged in game 6, I kind of felt like that might come back to haunt Toronto, and it did. The last thing I'll say on this, Kendrick Lamar got the last laugh on Drake once again. LA takes down Toronto.
All right, Big Chuck, what did you make of the World Series?
Loved the World Series, especially game 6 and 7, riding with the Dodgers. And then that game 7, having the Dodgers in the over, never in doubt, I shall say. But Blue Jays, they had their chances, second and third in game 6, no outs, couldn't get it done. And then again in game 7, I mean, they only have themselves to blame. Hopefully they come back stronger next season.
That's heartbreak. 15 seconds for you, Raphael.
That was their shot. They ain't coming back. Bo Bichette's not going to be there. Their pitching staff's going to be totally different. That was the Blue Jays shot to win the World Series.
I saw so many videos. One guy literally almost brought tears to my eyes. He's like, I've been a fan for 30 some odd years. Just once, I would like it to go in my. I mean, as a sports fan, we all feel that. We all have our favorite teams, and it hurts. It really, really hurts when your team loses. But damn it, we love it too, don't we? We're back live in 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Coach and Company, presented by Code 3, now streaming.
Back, everybody. Don't forget, coming up around 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time, if you're watching us live right now, we have a supporting podcast, 20 or 30 minutes, that we go a little bit deeper. Really has nothing to do with sports betting, just talking about the games. And on Mondays, it's all NFL and college football. But at this time of the show, starting today and for the rest of, I guess, the next 6 months, we're going to have a little NBA showcase. There's going to be 2 nationally televised games every single day, every week, leading up to the playoffs because of these new network deals. So tonight, Raphael, let me start with you because we got the Timberwolves and the Nets. And I have the Timberwolves as one of my best bets because the Nets are terrible, like monumentally terrible. And they played yesterday. What do you make of this game today and potentially how the bad historically the Nets could be?
Yeah, the Nets are pretty bad, but no Ant-Man tonight again. The only way I'm looking at the Nets if I can get 10 plus or more. The only bright spot about watching Nets is Cam Thomas. I really like watching him play, but he's a teeter-totter. He can have a really good game and then just have a complete 9.4 rebound type of game. But it's Timberwolves or nothing.
And DG, watching Michael Porter Jr. play on the Nets now, going from the Nuggets to the net, it's heartbreaking. This dude, you can see, he's like, really? This is my life now?
Yeah, that's your life. You just left the Joker, right? And now you're there and everybody's laughing at you because your team sucks. But one bright spot on the Timberwolves has been Julius Randle. He's averaging 27 points per game right now. And his PRA number, points, rebounds, and assists, has been a cash cow. So if you're looking at anything, that would be what I would kind of look at tonight.
And I think we know how much he loved playing in New York. So he's going to be motivated tonight. It's not Madison Square Garden, but it's still New York City. So he's going to want to show out. I think his family actually stayed there. To his wife, I remember seeing a video where she's like, we love New York. We don't really want to leave. So I think tonight he'll be highly motivated, to your point, DG. Let's flip it over to game number 2 tonight, Big Chuck. And that is my other best bets. And I'll be honest, when I was doing my handicapping, I didn't even know these were 2 nationally televised games. The Lakers last night scored 130. And Luka has been an absolute machine. But the Blazers, ever since Chauncey Billups got taken off the sidelines, they've been pretty good. And they actually beat the Lakers, I believe, by 10 just a couple of games ago. They're laying 3.5. I played the money line. It was 145. Now it's minus 150. What's your take on this game?
They've definitely rallied behind Chauncey's issues, and it's crazy to see the Blazers laying numbers to anybody coming off last season. I'm definitely liking them. Looking at that total, also, it looks like it's went up. I think we could actually see some points in this one. Yeah, that money line, I would actually probably look at the money line on this one, maybe pair them with another team, but definitely like the Blazers in this one. Look at their team total. I think we see some points.
I always like it when I got Big Chuck backing one of my best bets. Mikey, let me come over to you because the Blazers have always been kind of a whatever. Dame comes back, he's hurt, whatever. But this team plays, they're fun to watch. They really are. They're 4-2 right now.
Yeah, they're a young team with nothing to lose, so they just go out and have fun. The Lakers have expectations to live up to, so I can see why, especially coming off the back-to-back games here for the Lakers, that the Blazers are favored. I still like the Lakers in this game, and I would sprinkle some on the money line, but I can see why the Blazers, especially considering the chaos they've gone through, are just playing a little more loose.
I feel like DG, that was a low-key sideways coach's challenge right there. That's what I felt like. Did you feel the same thing?
I feel like he's trying to throw it back at you, Coach. But on your side, I do like the Blazers. I don't see on the injury report that we have Luka on there, but I don't know if he would play the back-to-back. But one guy I love in this Blazers team in this game tonight, going up against Jackson Hayes, who sucks. I think Donovan Clingan should have a great game tonight and just eat up all the boards.
Raphael, bring it home for us. If Luka does not play, where does this number go?
I think it probably maybe go to 4. I don't see that happening. We're hearing that he's probably going to play. This one's going to be very interesting. Wait to see if the line moves. Most shops have 3, so you can get a better number if you like Portland. And that means the money line will probably go down to maybe minus 145 or minus 140.
All right. Very, very good. Gentlemen, well done. NBA Showcase every single day at this time right here on Coach and Company. All right. If you are not here at the top of the hour, we get it. You got a life, you got jobs, you got things you got to do. But we always like to take care of you as we lock it in. Ten seconds or less, just 1 or 2 nuggets is all that I need. Raphael, upper right, start us off.
We'll go with the Cowboys team total over 27.5. This will be moved all day because both defenses suck, and we're going to see a lot of points, so grab to 27.5 now. And then give me the Seattle Kraken at minus 105 on the 3-way or the 60 minutes. Kraken have lost back-to-back games, but those were in overtime, and none of them were against the Blackhawks, so I think they beat up the Blackhawks, which they won 7 out of their last 10.
Let's go downstairs. Mikey P, what do you got?
Ja Morant coming off his suspension. I think he makes a statement. Give me Ja at 24 points or more. And then the Dallas Cowboys, who scored 17 points or higher in the first half, I'll take them minus 1.5 in the first half against the Cardinals.
Very good. DG, coming over to you.
I see 4 field goals in this game tonight. I like the total combined field goal yards over 127.5. It's at minus 115 here. Brandon Aubrey kicks a 70-yarder. All right, let's go to the next game. Is Duncan Robinson over 2.5 3-pointers made at plus 114. The Grizzlies allow the shooting guard to just be butt naked wide open. He makes 3 tonight.
He said butt naked? He said butt naked. I love that movie. Big Chuck, talk to me.
Day soccer, Denmark, Midtjylland, Urus, and Midtjylland, they come in having scored 16 goals in their last 4 matches, and Urus 10 in their previous 5. We'll go ahead and back the over 3. And then the nightcap in the NHL, Edmonton, St. Louis, just 2 high-scoring teams as of late. Edmonton have cashed the over in 4 of 6, and St. Louis in 5 of 6. We'll grab the even number over 6 between these two.
4 games on the ice tonight is all that there are. Quickly, my 2 plays are in the 2 featured games. Timberwolves minus 8.5 at Brooklyn. Nets are terrible. They haven't won a game all year. They lost by 24 to the Sixers yesterday. And the Blazers, they're getting the Lakers on a back-to-back. I'm laying the money line, whether it's 145, 150, I don't care. I like the Blazers to get it done. They've already beaten the Lakers a couple of games ago. A couple of things. I know, Mikey, you're all over the college basketball. Kevin in the chat says, speaking of degenerates, there's an 11 a.m. Eastern game, Bradley and the Bonnies. Have you looked at that one, Mikey?
Yeah, I love the Bonnies in this one and the Fighting Wojs. Anything that Woj has his hands on, I'm taking the Bonnies in this game. It's set to tip off here in moments.
Yeah, in 5 minutes. And by the way, if you weren't here at the top of the show, we have a brand new thing. DG coined the phrase Coach's Challenge. So if I disagree with the play and I win, then we give out a piece of merch. If a capper wins, then you just get to win that bet. And our first Coach's Challenge is John Morant. I do not think he gets to 24 points tonight. DG, you're a former voice of the Grizzlies. Who do you think wins this clash of champions?
You know, I'm very torn because I think Ja has to score because I think they're going to play him, but I don't see him scoring this many points, Coach. I think I'm going to side with you.
Wow, I know that hurts you a lot. It hurts you a lot. And finally, at the end of every show, we like to make you smarter. Raphael, what do we got?
It's an easy one. The Dallas Cowboys have won each of their last 14 games as favorites following a loss.
Wow, 14 in a row. And they just lost by 20 to the Broncos last week.
Yeah, grab the 3 now.
God, I might grab the money line. I'll be honest with you. I know it's 70 cents, but damn.
I would wait on the money line. I think the money line comes down because I think if you're betting the Cardinals, just take the money line on the Cardinals. So I think the books might move that down.
All right. Mikey, a little preview Monday Night Grind tonight. Go. 10 seconds.
I cannot wait to see what Dak Prescott and this offense does against Arizona. I think it's going to be lights out.
DG, weekday wagers today?
Yeah, it should be a big time discussing this game. Jacoby Brissett, Dak, they're going to go nuts tonight.
Chuck, what are you looking at today, big guy?
Definitely a lot of soccer on the board. Then it's a full plethora of opportunities. NBA, NFL, you name it, we got it.
Stop using words that Soupy can't spell. Just stop it. We've talked about that before. Producer man, give me that one shot. It's now time for you to go out into the world. For you to pay it forward, be kind to one another, and let's get busy. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, damn it, feels good to be back. Do I love them all? My man Mikey P, DG, Raphael, Big Chuck, producer man, always behind the scenes making the show look like $1 million. We grind for you, so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single day right here. It's Coaching Company on Stadium, Valley Sports Live, YouTube, and socials. Have a great day. We'll see you later.